Trish Stratus has lived the kind of career most superstars only dream about. She came into WWE during the Attitude Era, quickly breaking past the image of a typical diva, and forging her identity as one of the most respected women in wrestling history. But even with all of her accolades, multiple championship reigns, iconic rivalries, unforgettable returns, there are a few matches that stand above the rest in her memory. And when asked recently to name her favorite, Trish revealed that while her historic Raw Main Event with Lita held that spot for years, her steel cage war with Becky Lynch may have just taken the crown. In an interview with Chris Sumlin on Hot 97.5, Trish opened up like never before. She reflected on the emotional, physical, and historical weight of those matches. The Raw Main Event in December 2004 was groundbreaking. It wasn't just another match, it was the first time two women closed out WWE's flagship show. That night, Trish and her best friend Lita shattered the ceiling in real time. It was more than a match, it was a statement. But then came 2023, and with it, a new chapter. Despite being years removed from full-time competition, Trish stepped back into the squared circle to face Becky Lynch at WWE Payback, in a steel cage, no less. No gimmicks, no nostalgia act, just two women, two generations, colliding in one of the most brutal and emotionally raw encounters of the year. For so many years, my go-to answer was just the main event with Lita, Trish admitted. For so many reasons, what it meant for me, what it meant at that time. Doing it with my bestie, it was epic. But now, I look back and say that cage match with Becky. That changed something in me. She didn't just mean that figuratively. Trish suffered a concussion during the match. She pushed her body to the limit, and then some. But it wasn't just about pain, it was about pride. It was about proving that greatness has no expiration date. That match didn't just matter to her. Becky Lynch herself has repeatedly gone on record calling it one of her all-time favorite performances. It was a generational torch passing disguised as a brawl. There were no soft punches. No charity work in the ring. Just grit, fire, and storytelling. Trish acknowledged that when she and Lita headlined Raw, they had no idea what that moment would become. We had no idea what we were doing would still be talked about today. That it would be part of the foundation for everything that came after. She wasn't wrong. That match helped kick off the movement that eventually led to the women's evolution. A time when women weren't just part of the show, they were the show. But what Trish did with Becky Lynch in that cage, that was proof that evolution isn't just for the new generation. It's something the pioneers can still participate in, something they can help build in real time. Trish Stratus isn't done writing her legacy. Even if she never steps foot in a ring again, her name is etched in the very pillars of women's wrestling. From Lita to Becky, from Raw main events to brutal cage matches, she continues to be a symbol of excellence, evolution, and enduring passion. What makes her story even more powerful is that she never relied solely on her fame. Trish earned respect the hard way, in the ring, on the mic, and by continuing to push her own limits. Her ability to evolve with the business rather than be left behind is what separates her from so many others. And in her own words, the story's not just about the past. It's about what each of those moments means in hindsight. The foundation she and Lita laid wasn't a fluke, it was a legacy. One that continues every time a woman main events Raw, headlines a pay-per-view, or stands tall inside a cage. So while fans will always remember Trish for her beauty, charisma, and star power, it's these matches, the ones that meant something, that will define her forever. From being underestimated to redefining women's